right, here's a good question. Myles Garrett did not end up on the cover of Madden 24. That distinction went to, and it seems to always go to the running backs or the offensive guys, but Christian McCaffrey wins as the cover boy for the next year's Madden video game. Did they get that wrong, guys?
It's hard to argue. Didn't he led the league in touchdowns scored? Everybody loves offensive players.
See, so we all think they got it right. I think we got to go to McNuggets then, because McNuggets in the open said that we got it wrong. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. McCaffrey is head and shoulders that dude.
When healthy.
I don't have an issue with McCaffrey being on. I think it's a solid choice. I just think Myles was the right choice, and here's why. There hasn't been a defensive player on the cover of Madden in a decade.
I know.
The last one, 2015. Tyvis, you remember who that was?
Don't tell me it was Richard.
It's your boy Richard Sherman.
Oh,
he was the last
the worst
Madden
the worst Madden there probably was.
Wow. Going in on your boy.
But there hasn't been a defensive player to be the cover athlete for Madden since 2015. It's been a decade. There was a defensive resurgence in the NFL last season. Defense was back.
It was.
Yeah,
and there was no bigger face of that defensive resurgence than the defensive player of the year, which was Myles Garrett. The Browns are on the come up. Defense is evolving on an everyday basis. Mahomes has already got 2 covers. Lamar would have been a good choice if they wanted to go that direction, but he had already been on a cover.
Right.
Myles is a guy who is a unique character in the NFL. He has charisma. And I think he's a guy who's very marketable. And I understand McCaffrey. It's not a bad choice. I just think Myles Garrett was the right choice.
Okay, that's a valid point. It really is, because no one made the case for defense last year more than me. I kept preaching from the mountaintops, guys, we're seeing the league evolve right before our eyes. The decade prior, it was all about offense. I go back to that Bills-Chiefs game, one of the best games I've ever seen. The Bengals and Chiefs games were fantastic. Those were shootouts.
Yeah.
But the adjustments have been made. General managers and front offices have put more resource into the defensive side of the ball.
As they should.
Because the offense was dominating. However, Mike, I think this was year one of what's going to continue to be a cycle. And then it'll wash, rinse, and repeat, and offense will take over again. But we're at the front edge of that wave of defense. So I think it's still a little too early to put a defensive guy on the cover. Maybe in a few years.
If Aaron Donald went on the cover, Myles Garrett.
That's a great point.
That's a fact.
Yeah, if ever we're going to put a guy on the cover, it would have been Aaron Donald.
By the way,
and he retired. They could have put him on there for like.
And there's only a couple other guys. Troy Polamalu was on the cover. Your boy Ray Lewis was on the cover. You got to be all time. Not saying that Myles Garrett won't get there, but
I don't look at Richard as all time.
It'll give him something to shoot for next year.